Hello, everybody, and welcome to my music. If you hear a slight bit of laughter in my voice, it's because Katie and I have just been sharing a little joke. Will we tell you what that joke is? I don't know. You're just going to have to stay around to find out.
Keep on, don't stop. Keep on, don't stop. Keep on, don't stop.
Katie from TAHM, nice to have you here.
Lovely to be here. Thank
We
you.
won't tell them. We won't tell them what the joke is.
No,
no.
It's an in joke, isn't it?
It's an in joke. It's for me and you to know, and for them to never find out, unless they come to one of your concerts at some point, and then you can find out.
Yes, all will be revealed.
Yes,
absolutely.
That's the way to do it, isn't it? Get people to come to a concert. Tell them that there's going to be something announced there that they really want to know.
Yeah, they kind of wait for it, wait till the end. Yeah.
We were just discussing whether or not actually TAHM was best said in a posh accent or not, which because people don't necessarily know how to pronounce it. What's the worst kind of pronunciation of it that you've had?
Well, it was just TAHM, but it was worse because I was doing an interview with somebody, and I just, when it sort of it went too far, and I thought, should I say something? And then I just kind of left it for a little while, and only it came up halfway through the interview, and I really wished I'd said it at the start. So
really, and were they really saying it so much? It was just like
they were very polite, but you could tell inside they were thinking,
"I got Katie from TAHM on." No, it's got an H in there. It's got an H in there. What Katie was just suggesting, which is a really great idea, and I don't know if you're a fan of the group and you want to support them, see what you think of this. But Katie was just suggesting, and we love merch ideas on this program, that maybe in the new year they might do some T-shirts with how to pronounce TAHM on it, right? Like with the phonetical things. If you're in favor of that and you would like to pre-order one of those, do let Katie know. That would be great. You might sell out before you even start, which is the optimum idea.
This could be a viral moment, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I feel like that. Viral moments are great.
Yeah.
Talking about viral moments, you on a recent Instagram post literally said that if you watch this twice, you could get a hug or whatever from people. Has that been dangerous? What have people been asking for, having watched it twice?
More members of Ian's family who thought they might eventually actually manage to get a hug out of him, but
right.
No, he's very much sticking to his non-contact grounds.
Okay. So it's not caused a problem for you in any shape or form. That's been
not yet, but I don't know. It could. They could be queuing down the street. After they've heard about the T-shirt, I think it could become an issue.
And I want to know who's won the competition so far. Who do you know who's watched it the most times?
I think probably Ian's sister.
Right. Okay. And is there a figure for that? How many times they've watched it?
I'm not sure. He doesn't want to know because he just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to cash it in.
Right. Okay. There you go. You should have said 6, 7, of course. And yeah, and then like the whole world would start doing that. It's mad, isn't it?
It's madness.
Do you find like these kind of cultural things that come in like that and that grow big when you're trying to like make music and trying to put stuff out there and do all of this great stuff, and then suddenly a kid does that and somebody chops up like other bits of video and it all goes bonkers and you just think, why? I mean, how do you like cope with that in your head as a musician in 2025, nearly 2026?
Well, not so much a a viral thing, but like a zeitgeisty kind of word. You know, we've got the song called "Ghosted," and it just fitted it perfectly, and it was a kind of, you know, a word of the moment. But you know, I'm quite aware that that will age and probably might sound, you know, not very good in a few years' time. But yeah, it was of the moment.
Yeah. Well, yeah, look, you've got to go with it.
Yeah.
If it's at you know, at the moment.
Yeah, go.
You've
Yeah,
always got to go with it. How did TAHM come together?
Well, we were together years and years ago. We were called Stream, and which has got really confusing because this predated streaming, as in streaming music. But yeah. So we were together late 90s, early noughties kind of time. Signed to Roadrunner Records, had a bit of a career going on then. Didn't work out with them. Kind of nearly got signed again, didn't quite happen. And it just sort of fizzled out. And I think none of us stopped being musical. None of us stopped playing music. But I think that whole kind of putting it out there publicly, it just sort of fizzled out. And we were okay with that for a while. And then it was just a bit of a chance meeting with somebody in another band who said, do you fancy writing a song together? And this was a couple of years ago. And yeah, it kind of started it all off. So I will be eternally grateful to that person, because without that, I don't know whether we would be here now. And I'm really glad we are. So yeah, this is sort of, I'd say TAHM Mark II, and we weren't TAHM back then, but as, you know, the lineup as it is, yeah, it's sort of second go.
It's funny. It's a funny old world, isn't it, with music and how it all comes in and out and roundabout, and people sort of like drifting from one thing to another. It's a bit like work, isn't it? It's a bit like most things in life.
Yeah.
I mean, if you said to most people, "Oh, when you're older, you're going to be that," they probably go, "Well, what? I don't even know what that is," you know. And you go to school and you do careers advice, and they go, "Well, you've got to be one of these 3 things." You think, "What? There's only 3 jobs in the world," you know. And
Yeah.
I think music's a bit like that as well. You know, you can't say that the path is going to be straight for anybody doing music. Yeah. What's the one thing in all of that? So I mean, Roadrunner Records, I mean, they obviously that was a fairly big label. What's the one thing over all of that time that you've learned about yourself or about yourselves?
I think coming back to it after a good chunk of time out, I think we are approaching it really differently. I look back and I think things happened a little bit too easily for us. So
Right.
we'd all played in other bands, sometimes with each other, sometimes separately. And Stream, as it was, we kind of got together and we were signed within 6 months. And I just think it was,
Whoa.
yeah, I know,
Yeah.
it was just crazy. And I think it was too early, and things kind of happened a little bit too easily. So I think we made the mistake of thinking, you know, everything we wrote was gold, and it really wasn't. And I think now we've just got better quality control. So we've been working on a song recently, and it's just been, it's been gutting. It's like you're getting somewhere, you're thinking, yeah, this is going to be great. And then you come back to it, oh God, it's rubbish. It's like, scrap that. And then we're like, oh no, I think it's got some legs. Let's come back to it. And I don't know whether it'll make it or not, but I think that process of just, you know, taking an idea and just working with it and, like, you know, wringing it to pieces, you know, to like get something good out of it. I don't think we used to do that. So I think I think it is that quality control.
Okay, so you're harder on yourselves now.
Yeah, definitely. But hopefully the end results are better.
Yeah.
I hope.
What was Stream's output like? What was that?
Oh, well, I mean, it was funny because, like, Roadrunner was very much a heavy metal label. We were a heavy metal band. They had a little a spell of, like, kind of branching out into more like indie and dance music. There were a few different bands, of which we were one. I mean,
without saying that may have been a mistake. You know, maybe that was a mistake. I mean, You know,
Well,
we were signed to a punk band, a punk label called Vice Records. Okay, and I'm
okay.
not going to say that was a mistake, but it was a mistake because we were an indie pop band with like you know multiple harmonies and sort of chiming guitars, and we used to get put on as like a headline act because we were like their new signing and whatever, and we'd go and play these gigs. And it would start off and it would be people covering, you know, all of the classic punk bands, the Sex Pistols, the Ramones, you know, the Damned and all of this. And by the time we got on, everybody was fueled with alcohol. Tables were already flying around the room where people were like really getting, and then we come on and we start going, you know, and it was like,
Jingle jangle.
and it was like, this is not going to go down well, and it never did. So
No,
was there an element of that?
yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's a couple of A&R people who they kind of signed us, and they were great. They were all for it. And then partway through making that album, they just disappeared. We never knew what happened to them. I mean, I'm assuming they weren't killed or anything, but you never know. But yeah, they just disappeared, and then you know the label was steered back to heavy metal, so we kind of didn't really stand a chance. I mean, we had some heavier guitars in there, but like yourself, you know, it was more indie, melodic harmonies. Yeah, it just wasn't. It wasn't the right fit, but you know, we had a blast trying.
Goodness me. And what time was this? What years was this?
Oh, I think the album came out about 98, something like that.
Not 98.
98,
Right.
97, 98.
Right.
Yeah, round about then.
I think who I know that was on sort of Roadrunner Records, kind of that time. There was some sort of like more prog acts as well on Roadrunner at the time.
Trying to think who I can remember. Coal Chamber, Fear Factory.
Yeah, Fear Factory. Gosh, yeah, there's a blast from the past. Wow.
And then, yeah, there was I don't know whether you remember that there was the band, they were called Bennett, and they had this song called Mum's Been to Iceland. It was
Yes.
do you remember that?
Yeah.
Well, they were one of the bands that got signed. They were one of like the breakout bands that got signed alongside
Wow.
us. Yeah, so they were really like
Mama's gone to Iceland. Yeah, I remember that.
Jingle Jangle Indie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, so they were even further away from the heavy metal thing than we were. Yeah,
That's the same sort of time as oh gosh, it's the same sort of time as Where's Me Jumper? Where's Me Jumper? It was just brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Novelty
blast
songs.
from the past. Yeah, no, yeah, it was what a classic kind of time it is. What would you describe your sound as now?
Well, this has been a real thing because now in the whole era of social media and Spotify, you know, pitching to curators, you have to specify your genre, and that really.
Well, you don't have to, but they like it if you do.
They like it, but it makes it easy, and that really made us sort of stop and think, what are we? Well, I don't know. I think we came up with alt pop was the best. Maybe some of the stuff that we'd released a little bit early, maybe more alt rock.
Yeah.
And then Paul, our guitar player, came up with the genre dirty pop. I thought he was joking at first, but he's like, well, it is. It's pop, but it's kind of dirtied up. And I was like, yeah, okay.
I like that.
It is then.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's quite good, isn't it? Dirty pop.
Yeah, I never know whether it kind of gives the wrong kind of vibe. Depends what kind of dirty you're thinking of, but you know.
Look, is anything wrong these days? Is anything really wrong? I mean,
anything goes.
Anything goes, and I think if it makes people look at it, then that's great. I've just been having, before I came on to you, I've just been having a chat with a new client, and they're a bookkeeping service. They shall remain nameless, but they were telling me what they named their newsletter, and I went, and that's why no one's looking at it. Right? You kind of get the drift, right? I mean, I feel like in this day and age, you've just got to do something that really gets eyes on, because everything else is just going to pass you by. And I was explaining to them that my current newsletter, it's got about 5,000 subscribers. and it's called Sausage Dogs Are Cute. And I say it's all about marketing.
Yeah.
But if I called it, Marketing Times or whatever, no one would read it, right? Put sausage dogs in there. I do actually have a sausage dog, so
Oh.
there's an element of authenticity in there.
Yeah, good.
And part of the story is that he writes the newsletter. But if you build on that, then I feel that's great. So yeah, dirty pop. I feel that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could go on the back of the t-shirt.
It could, couldn't it?
Yeah.
And now I've got a sausage dog in my head as well.
If you ever create your own record label, call it Dirty Pop. That's a great.
Yeah.
That's a great record label name.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I like it.
Yeah. TAHM on Dirty Pop.
Dirty Pop.
Yeah. Anybody else out there like to be on Dirty Pop? I'm sure they would.
Yeah. Let us know.
Tell people, what are you writing about?
I guess the first few songs, the first 3 songs that were it was a bit of cathartic angst, just like kind of difficult relationships with various people, and I did try to sort of branch out. I wrote the song, and the lyrics were all about sort of looking back at the past and like your golden years when you're really young, and it was all right. I kind of liked it. I had like more of a nostalgic kind of feel, but it was another one that just got consigned to the bin, and or the folder that says maybe we'll come back to these at some point. And it was I can't remember if it was Ian or Paul had said, yeah, it's really good, but you do hate so well. And I thought I didn't quite know how to take that,
but look, if it works, stick with it, right?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't got anybody that's particularly, grinding my gears at the moment. So who knows what we're going to end up.
Well, now this is where we can possibly help. If you'd like to grind Katie's gears, she has got a particularly, or they have got, the band's got a particularly great little video going around on Instagram at the moment. Go and say something horrible about it, and Katie will then write a song about you.
Yeah. Your chance to be the subject.
You want it to happen, don't you? Come on. What about everyday situations that kind of grind your gears? I mean, is there any, especially at this kind of time of year when you have to go out sort of like in the crowds for Christmas shopping or anything like that? Or mother-in-laws or people like that come over for Christmas or what in general life kind of gets you go?
Oh, just arrogance. Arrogance and am I allowed to swear?
Try not to, but
Okay.
I'll bleep it out if you do.
People who are not completely honest, should we say?
Right. Liars, basically.
Liars, or exaggerators. Yeah.
Pseudo facilitators of ignorant life is what I call them.
Ooh, I like that.
Do you like that? You can steal that and put that down as a lyric. There you go. I just see it I talk about it quite a lot in my sort of like journalistic ramblings. I feel like it's one of the hardest things these days. I don't know whether you think that as well. Is this kind of, I'm going to use the word again, pseudo authenticity, which is where people have watched other people who are going through it, and they've seen that their story gets traction, and then they literally copy and paste it for themselves. And they kind of make up the fact that they're having a rough time of it and they're going through this and they're going through that. They're not at all. It's all a lie.
Yeah. I've actually had to stop looking at Facebook because it's just, I don't know how my feed has ended up just being, kind of these stories that you do, tragic stories. And you're thinking, I just don't believe that. Or on Instagram, the ones where they say, we found this abandoned dog at the side of the road and we've nurtured it. And you're like, that's your pet. That's clearly your pet. You've taken the collar off.
Yeah.
And the thought of going to that much effort to like, right, we're going to go out and we're going to shoot some content. We're going to make a video about a pretend stray dog that we've nurtured back to health and love. it's just
Well,
incredible.
maybe
And
this is where you can center your angst going forward,
yeah,
right? Which is like, yeah, I mean, like years ago, uh, Radiohead wrote "Fake Plastic Watering Can," right? Yeah. Now, well, you could write about fake plastic people. That's really where
yeah,
we're at the moment, isn't it?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's the whole social media thing. It's just been, actually producing content has just been a minefield. The stuff you've got to do, and sometimes it takes up so much of your time. You're kind of thinking, I'd really like to do some songwriting this weekend, but we can't because we're busy like editing or filming or scheduling content for Instagram. And yeah, it's just like you've had to really analyze it and what works, what doesn't work, and it can feel kind of like cheapening it all at
Mm.
times. But on the other hand, on the flip side of that is you do get to connect with people, and you've got people who actually comment regularly, and that is just brilliant. I love that part of it.
What was the thing that happened that was the quickest songwriting idea that you ever came up with? Like you saw something, you just immediately thought, got to write that down. Boom, that became a song.
Quickest.
Yeah.
Gosh, I can remember back in the day writing a song on the commute into work, and getting to work. I was quite new at this job. It was just like a temporary job, but I had to be like, yeah, making some sort of effort. But these ideas just came into my head, and I was like, I have to write this down. Absolutely, sort of trying to like scribble down these lyrics on a piece of paper whilst attempting to look like I was, manning the desk and being terribly professional. Yeah, I remember that one. I don't know where it came from. That really was one of those. Popped into
I
my head
used to
straight away.
commute all the time, right? I don't anymore. I sit here, and fortunately, I've developed this kind of creative bone that I can just pause all of the time, right? But I do feel like for a lot of people, going on a commute is a really good thing to do. Maybe over the Christmas holidays, at some point, you and the rest of the band should just literally go and sit on the tube or something all day. It's just, no, in all seriousness, I just feel like sometimes the stuff you see, like, do you know what I mean? The stuff you see when you just like
Yeah.
looking
People
at people.
watching.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
brilliant.
Oh, it's so yeah.
Service stations are a favourite of mine as well. Honestly.
Oh, you could plummet the depths with some proper gold.
Yeah, no, it's just honestly what you see when you like go to anywhere where there's a collection of people together who shouldn't necessarily be in the same space.
Yeah, a real cross section of society, isn't it?
Yeah. I feel like that's why a lot of good music came out of COVID as well. Was just because of some of the bizarre human behavior that we saw. I've still got on my phone. I mentioned to you just before we came on Lidl's, because they sent me a voucher, but my wife's already opened it, which is a shame. But I was in Lidl's shopping when we were still social distancing and wearing the masks and whatever, and there was a guy walking round Lidl's with literally a whole big bag on his head. Like just the little cut out eyes, and he rather than wear a face mask, he'd literally got like this big shopping bag on his head, and I just took a photo of it, and I thought, there you are, that's it.
Inspiration. Yeah, definitely.
That is content there in a bag,
Yeah.
But I honestly, it's the little weird things you see people doing that I just find like the most inspiring. I just think,
Yeah.
explain human behavior to me. It's just I can't understand it.
Yeah, definitely.
There you go. What do you want to write about then, other than anger? Do you want to? I mean, here's one for you. Is I remember, because I'm that old. I remember like going out and saving my pocket money and buying Band-Aid for the first time. When it was out for the first time only the other day did I actually hear the story on Instagram of the fact that Bob Geldof actually secretly filmed everybody that turned up for that, which is why they all look. And if you go and look at it again, if you look at Band Aid compared with Band Aid 2, where it's all everyone's really smartly dressed and it's all really polished, one of the reasons that Band Aid looks so appealing still as a video is that all these stars look like they've literally just been dragged out of bed, and that's because they had literally just been dragged out of bed, and none of them had their hair done or their makeup done, or
Brilliant.
and they all looked really kind of rough and ready. And but there was a time when, like, we genuinely believed that music could impart change in the world, and I almost feel like it still can, but it'd be nice if, like, someone could really tap into that again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I admire people who, can. I guess my parents listened to kind of protest singer-songwriter type of, folk artists from the 60s. So I suppose I listened to a lot of that stuff growing up, but I don't know. I've just always been more drawn to, like, what makes people tick, like human emotions and relationships. Really, that's always that. Yeah, I think all my songs have been about that. That's just been, always been my thing, really.
There we go. There you go. Well, listen, with the angst thing going on, etc., you know who's touring again next year, don't you?
Go on, who?
Alanis Morissette.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love
why
that.
why don't you hit Alanis up for the support slot?
Oh, I enjoyed watching. Was it Glastonbury?
Yeah.
Was it Glastonbury this last summer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I remember the album. Was it 95?
What, the album?
Jagged Little Pill.
Yeah.
Something like that. Oh God, I remember spending the summer just listening to that album. I loved it.
I think everybody did, didn't they?
Oh, it's just brilliant.
Yeah. I just there you go. I feel like you should aim for that. You could go, like, this could be a thing that you could manifest for 2026. It just keep messaging her and going, Alanis, right? You write stuff like this, right? That's angsty, and, like, so do I. We could open for you. We could warm up the angst.
Yes, I love it. Yes.
Yeah.
And we could say, Alanis, not Alanis, TAHM, not TAHM. We could have, like, the whole.
How do you pronounce our names? Yes.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Maybe mention a sausage dog. I don't know. I think that could be appealing to her.
I think
give her a t-shirt.
I think that could be a marvelous thing. Is there anything that's kind of on your manifestation board for 2026? Is there something that, as collectively as a group, that you're kind of trying to aim at for next year?
Well, I mean, just building things up. It has been quite we started really in about February this year. We did have a little EP out with the guy that I mentioned before, that from another band that we'd done sort of a little collaboration with. But that was called TAHM, but that was kind of almost a separate project. The TAHM as we are now, it was sort of started in February, so we've had like four songs. We've got another 5 songs, like, recorded, mixed, mastered, ready to go for 2026. We are rehearsing in the, I've sort of dipped my toe into live. I've done a few live TikTok and Instagram gigs. Can you call them a gig? Not really. But yeah. So, kind of building up to that. But just, I feel like, we are evolving. We're learning more about the whole promotion side of things. I feel that the songs that we've got coming up, I don't know whether it's just because they're more recent, but we feel that they're better. We've got better songs coming up that we're quite excited about unleashing. And so, it'd just be really, really interesting to see how far we can push it.
Bands should always say that. Bands should always be, oh, well, this is our best yet.
Yeah, and
because otherwise, why would you be putting it out if it was your worst stuff?
Yeah,
And
the only thing about the whole social media thing, where you're making all these clips, and you find, like, the hooky part of the song, the best part of the chorus, whatever, and you put them on and you do it again and again and again. and you start hating your own music because you've just heard that bit so often. You're like, shut up, God, I don't want to hear that song again. Whereas the new ones are fairly, you know, they're kind of like unmolested in that way. They're all fresh and ready, and yeah.
Cool. Well, you can learn to hate your songs,
Yeah.
your new songs, all over again over
Maybe,
over the next few months.
yeah, maybe write a song about hating our own songs. That'd be, you know,
Oh,
existential angst to the
yeah.
max.
No, that could be interesting. Maybe what you should do to really confuse people is maybe one of the videos for one of the new songs, you should literally just have you lot listening to the song, but no sound, right? And then you go, we don't want to get tired of our own song, so we're not letting you listen to it, and nor are we.
Yes.
You know, this is kind of anti-music, right?
Yeah.
We're kind of, yeah. You've got to be different. You've got to be different. Yeah. There were some people that started doing that last year really, really well. I've mentioned it a couple of times on here. Polly Balsamer has done it really well. She started doing, I think, if you ever catch her, she does like, have you caught her? She does like writing in the morning. Yeah, it's
just
beautiful. Literally just writing. And Bride as well. She did a load of stuff where she was literally just holding a guitar. She was filming herself and just holding a guitar and not doing anything. I just feel like anti stuff is as good as actually jumping around and doing stuff sometimes.
Yeah, that really appeals to me, actually.
Yeah.
It can sometimes feel a little bit desperate, like, please listen to our song. And it's just like, oh, it'd be kind of nice to, let the song speak for itself, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe you could find a group of coming up Christmas as well. Maybe you could find a group of kids that look like you to do one of your songs. There you go. I just feel like that whole Christmas vibe, it just lends itself to like kids pretending to be adults. I feel it's kind of.
What do they call them? Is it the mini pops?
The mini pops.
Oh, what was Saturday morning?
Yeah, who remembers that?
Timmy Mallet. Oh, that's what was it? Wackaday.
Timmy Mallet. Mike, listen. Do you know what? You're doing yourself a lot of favors right now, because what you're doing is you're bringing up nostalgia, and everybody loves a little bit of nostalgia. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Katie, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you today. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best for 2026. I look forward to seeing it. I've got tickets for Alanis, or whatever you want to call her, and so I might see you there because you'll be supporting. Yeah,
that will now be the aim. Absolutely.
Manifest it. And I want to see that T-shirt sometime in 2026 as well with that on, because I feel like that really could be an absolute money spinner. In the meantime, where would you like people to connect with you like that, so that just made my camera go dodgy? Yep.
Yeah, we've just started up a mailing list. We would love people to join up to the mailing list. And there's a link in the bio on all of our socials. So on Insta, it's TAHM_music, or TikTok, or wherever. Yeah, it would be great.
I love that. They've got a newsletter, folks. They'd like you to sign up for it. It's not called Accounting for Beginners or anything dull like that. No. So, if you want to, thinking of like needing something to do to ignore the rest of the family over the awkward silence part of the day after Christmas dinner on Christmas Day, why don't you sign up for TAHM's newsletter now, and maybe that's when you should send it out on Christmas Day. Just so that actually people can read it in that awkward moment. It's a great reason not to actually have that conversation with your in-laws who you don't even like.
Or maybe they could become TAHM fans too. It could be a multi-generational thing.
Although you might not want them to, because you might want to keep it for yourself. But let all of your friends know. All right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Let all of the people that you do love and respect and care for know. There's nothing says Christmas like a TAHM newsletter. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. It's
That's
exactly what I was going to
That's
say.
absolutely where we're going with that. Thank you, Katie. We will be back soon with more My Music. It's getting close now, folks. Of course, if you're listening to this 5 years down the line from now, it might not be getting close to Christmas. You might be listening to. It's just a weird thing about internet stuff. Is you just never know when someone's going to actually be picking it up. But if you are listening to this within the day or so that this goes out, I hope you all have a lovely Christmas. There hopefully will be some more to come just before Christmas, and I'm hoping for a Christmas special as well. I'm trying to organise it now, where we will pick apart some of the worst Christmas songs of all time. We did it last year and it was great fun, so we thought we might do it again. But until then, from Katie and myself, and thank you to you folks as well for listening. It's been another My Music. Bye for now.